Welcome to Coffee with Eric. I'm Eric. This is coffee. Humor Week continues today, Wednesday, and I have another joke to tell. This one is the first joke I ever learned in terms of like a storytelling joke. It has a beginning, a middle, and end. My mom taught this to me as a kid, and I'm going to share it with you now. One day, there are three strings, three pieces of string, and they're hanging out on a street corner, and they are all very thirsty. "I am so thirsty," one of them says. And the second string says, "Well, there's a bar right down the street. You should just go get a drink." And the third string says, "Yeah, but they don't serve strings there." And the first string's like, I don't care. I'm going to go get a drink." So he walks down the street into the bar, has himself a seat, and he snaps his fingers and he's like, "Hey, bartender, I want a drink. Give me a beer." The bartender's like, oh, I'm sorry, what was that?" And he walks over and he notices he's a string and he says, "Hey, we don't serve strings here." And he grabs the string and he walks out the entrance and throws him into the street. Throws him right out of there. The first string is kind of bummed about this. He rejoins his friends, tells them what happened. And the second string says, I think you were just kind of rude. You know, I mean, they would throw out anyone who's too rude. I think the key is you're just going to have to walk in like you own the place. Be real confident and smooth. The third string's like, "Guys, I'm trying to tell you, they don't serve strings there." And the second string is like, I don't care. I'm going to just go in, act casual. It'll be fine." So the second string walks down the street into the bar, just very politely, has a seat on the bar stool, waits to be served. Bartender comes by, says, "Oh, hey, good evening. What can I do for you?" Second string peruses the menu and he says, "I'm wondering what you would recommend. I'm having trouble deciding between the..." And then the bartender says, "Hey, wait a second. You're a string." He grabs him and he walks out the front of the building and throws him into the street. Second string is kind of bummed about this. He rejoins his two string friends, and they're all commiserating. And the third string says, "You know what, guys? I'm going to go get a drink. But I have a plan." So the third string grabs himself, and he ties himself into a knot, and he frays his edges. And now, like this, he walks into the bar. He has a seat at the bar. Bartender says, "Right away." "Wait a second. I've had strings coming in here all night. I think you might be one of them. You're not one of those strings, are you?" The third string just smiles and says, "Nope, I'm afraid not."